Before we begin the cooking process, we carefully rinse the ingredients with hot water. This is a necessary initial step that prepares our dish for consumption. In the culinary world, this practice may seem simple, yet it holds significant importance. Every single year, more than 1 billion tons of untouched food is discarded and wasted across the globe, and this staggering figure is raising alarms and concerns around the world. Just imagine the sheer volume. It is enough food to nourish millions of people, yet it is left to rot. In the heart of Manila, which is the bustling capital of the Philippines, a stark reality unfolds. In certain neighborhoods, resourceful individuals collect food from garbage dumps and make it their meal. They sift through piles of discarded food, gathering thousands of tons of goods that, with a little bit of ingenuity and adaptability, are transformed into a staple food for countless residents. While you may think you are unfamiliar with this practice, let me introduce you to something quite unique, the dish known as Pagpag. So, what exactly is Pagpag? In essence, it is a traditional dish that originates from the Tondo region, which happens to be the largest slum in Manila. The people of Tondo have embraced this dish with passion, and it has become deeply ingrained in their culture. However, I can almost guarantee that many of you have never had the opportunity to try it. The reason is quite straightforward. Pagpag, as surprising as it may sound, is quite literally made from discarded food. Yes, you heard that right. It's a truth that cannot be denied. Restaurant workers, particularly from popular chains, collect leftover fried chicken, uneaten hamburgers, and various other fast food leftovers, which are all carelessly disposed of in bags. These bags inevitably find their way into the nearest trash bins, awaiting collection. In the dead of night, hungry scavengers come forth, gathering at these sites under the cover of darkness. They unceremoniously unpack the bags until dawn, hoping to uncover remnants of a recent meal. For some of these scavengers, finding substantial pieces of chicken can be considered a stroke of good fortune. Once the food waste is collected, the next step involves washing it in clean, hot water. After cleaning, the remnants are enhanced with soy sauce, oil, and a splash of Sprite before being cooked again, allowing flavor to infuse into the dish. Surprisingly, Pagpag has gained immense popularity among the slum dwellers of Manila. Many describe it as both cheap and delicious. To shed light on this intriguing story, we decided to visit one of the most renowned fast food restaurants in the Philippines, which is particularly favored by those who can afford the occasional indulgence of fried chicken and hamburgers in vibrant Manila. As I stand here in front of Jollibee, a beloved establishment, the restaurant is bursting with energy. The constant foot traffic ensures that a notable amount of food is wasted each day. Numerous orders grace the tables, yet it becomes evident that many customers do not finish their meals. After observing the remnants of food left behind, I found that these scraps frequently contain significant portions of edible chicken and pasta. For the aficionados of Pagpag, these bone-in and boneless chicken pieces are highly sought after. It is truly astounding to witness how much food is discarded with entire portions barely touched. For someone who struggles to make ends meet, that leftover food could translate into their very version of Pagpag. A surprising number of customers leave without having finished even half of their meal. Subsequently, the restaurant staff diligently collects the leftover food from the tables to toss it into trash bins within the establishment. After leaving the bustling restaurant, we set our course towards the nearest garbage containers as night begins to settle in. The hour approaches midnight, and soon, most surrounding businesses will close their doors for the night. We maneuver to a quiet corner on one of the city's busiest central streets, preparing to await the arrival of garbage trucks. As the evening deepens, the sound of vehicles arrives to collect their precious cargo from the street. Within those garbage bags lies countless kilograms of food waste, destined for the landfill. While to some, this bounty may appear as nothing more than refuse, for others, it may very well be a crucial source of sustenance. As we observe the work of the garbage trucks, we cannot help but notice the troubling sight of homeless individuals lying nearby, partially exposed to the elements. It is clear that for many people in this metropolis, finding both food and shelter is an arduous task. Yet, our mission today is to follow the garbage trucks and engage with the individuals sorting through refuse at the landfill, allowing us to gain insight into the lives of those who rely on Pagpag for survival. I am now heading towards a garbage collection site in Manila, and I'm eager to introduce you to a few of the people who sort through rubbish, scavenging for edible scraps that can be salvaged to create Pagpag. This is not an endeavor without its challenges, and I must brace myself for what lies ahead. Upon reaching the Tondo area where garbage is routinely dumped, I notice an air of calmness, but we have been warned of the potential dangers that rise with the darkness. Here, we begin to spot individuals poring over the heaps of refuse that are being unloaded from trucks. Caution is key, as many of the homeless in this vicinity are known to be suffering from addiction, particularly to a substance known as crystal meth. In other words, they are users of shabu, a potent drug that combines methamphetamine and caffeine to create a powerful high. Manila is home to countless individuals grappling with addiction, and due to this, one might encounter people speaking incoherently, their minds clouded by substance abuse. While surrounded by this atmosphere, one must remain vigilant, with an eye out for those who may pose a threat. If approached carelessly, interactions can take a dangerous turn, and filming may have to be halted. Keeping our wits about us, we tread carefully in this area bustling with life, where not only human beings search for food, but also rats and dogs wander in search of their next meal. Each night, various creatures surely visit these towering mounds of garbage, creating a sense of unease in the exchange. During our exploration, we happen upon a couple of Filipinos engrossed in their task of combing through garbage bags filled with both food waste and plastics, which they meticulously sort. While some are solely looking for food, others collect plastic and metal to sell, carefully extracting these materials with sharp tools. We captured footage of one man who, with bare hands and great care, was searching through the rubbish for leftover chicken scraps. His hunger reflects his diligence, and after his persistence pays off, he uncovers chicken pieces that have hardly been touched. With a small pen resembling a makeshift fork, he quickly begins to consume the valuable find. His joy is palpable as he relishes the last vestiges of the meal. Witnessing his actions draws the attention of another individual who, seeing the fortunate man eating, quickly snatches a piece of chicken from a container and pops it into his own mouth. In the language of the locals, one might hear phrases like, "It is clean enough for us, and filling too. We dig through the garbage so we can sell what we have, maybe for 300 to 500 pesos during the night. In the morning, we have other work. This extra income helps in our daily struggle, even if it means diving into the trash. Still, caution is paramount, as they know that unprepared meals can sometimes spell disaster, with spoiled food lurking among scraps. Packaged products, particularly those that appear compromised with air pockets, are a no-go. The spoiling remains often go to families who raise pigs, recapturing some value from the otherwise wasteful process. Surprising treasures, such as gold jewelry or cash, occasionally emerge from the depths of trash, filling them with uncontainable joy. One individual recounted a particularly lucky day, recalling a time when he stumbled upon 10,000 Philippine pesos, equivalent to $200, a small fortune for many. As they gather the food scraps they have gleaned from the trash, these individuals load their findings onto bicycles, pedaling back to their humble homes in Tondo. As dawn breaks, a communal celebration featuring Pagpag unfolds, with everyone eagerly partaking in the leftovers. Pagpag, truly a culinary emblem, is sold daily and the demand remains high. To provide a more personal glimpse, we will venture further into this impoverished area, exploring the realities faced by those who routinely enjoy Pagpag. Early the next day, we made our way into the slums of Tondo, a region marked by challenging economic conditions, where the practice of consuming Pagpag is commonplace. Today, we will watch as they prepare Pagpag, and eventually, we will have a chance to taste this unique and inexpensive dish ourselves. But first, we take a moment to investigate the neighborhood, discovering various intriguing sights and sounds. Since it is still early in the day, there is ample opportunity to wander before Pagpag becomes the focal point. Upon entering this Filipino slum, one of the most striking elements that catches the eye is the abundance of children found throughout the area. With a population of approximately 120 million in the Philippines, the youth are particularly prevalent. Sadly, many of these children appear thin and undernourished, likely lacking proper nutrition. The grim reality is, most of these children do not have the privilege of attending school, deprived of an essential education that could pave the way for a better future. Families often send their young ones into wealthier areas of Manila, where they are forced to beg for scraps and survive. The structures in these slums are typically 1 or 2 stories high, often lacking basic amenities like functioning windows. Many homes, constrained by finances, are adorned with makeshift roofs crafted from metal sheets. Navigating through the shanties feels much like traversing a maze, where one might easily lose their way among the narrow alleys that maze throughout the area. When viewed from above, the disparity between the vibrant life of the slums and the high-rise buildings of Manila becomes apparent. On one side, the affluent occupy skyscrapers that tower overhead, shielding themselves from the harsh realities unfolding below. The less privileged inhabitants of these slums live amidst piles of garbage, devoid of basic infrastructure. Since the wealthy rarely visit these areas, they often regard the slums with trepidation, labeling them as unsafe. Arguably, one could say that the city operates in 2 distinct worlds, one of luxury and one of despair. As we continue to explore the surroundings, we observe remnants of yesterday's meals being repackaged into bags and sold at small kiosks scattered about. Some street vendors prepare the leftovers for sale, while others simply package them for resale, turning scraps into sustenance. As we wander down the side streets, we notice that many shacks rely on portable lamps for lighting. A lack of electricity renders many homes dimly lit, leading residents to rely on minimal lighting options. The interior of these cramped dwellings serves multiple purposes, often turning into kitchens, living rooms, and bedrooms all at once. I had the opportunity to enter the home of a man who lives alone. He graciously welcomed us inside. He revealed that he sleeps on an old sofa each night after his daughter and wife left him. This solitary room doubles as his bedroom and kitchen, showing a glimpse into his daily life. He pays around 2,000 pesos for this living arrangement, or roughly $35, a price perhaps driven by the dire economic conditions of the area. Given the wet and humid climate that Manila experiences year-round, often hovering above 30 degrees Celsius, many residents find themselves sleeping half naked as a means of coping with the heat and humidity. In this daily life of struggle, residents of the area typically opt for shopping at local kiosks rather than heading to grocery stores, a choice often dictated by financial necessity. If you look down upon the community from above, you might notice that the wiring for electrical and communication lines is convoluted and poorly constructed, likely laid without city approval or oversight. The dilapidated wiring may reflect either negligence on the part of local authorities or a lack of attention paid to the image of the city itself. Such tangled and chaotic electrical setups are reminiscent of those encountered in many other South Asian countries as well. As we continue our walk through the winding side streets, we inevitably encounter trash strewn about, a problem that appears to be an ongoing struggle for the Manila municipality in maintaining cleanliness in these areas. Perhaps, because slums tend to be overlooked and unregistered, there is insufficient budget allocated for sanitation efforts or infrastructure improvements. Laundry can often be seen hanging on lines drawn between the homes, while makeshift wooden stairs lead to upper floors of shanty buildings. With no proper sewage system in place, wastewater often flows through the streets, creating an unpleasant smell that permeates the area. Despite these challenges, it's heartening to see that the people maintain their smiles, embodying a spirit of resilience and warmth in the face of adversity. Indeed, even the neighborhood dogs appear to be a bit unhealthy and weary. After absorbing the surroundings and the poignant reality that lies within this community, we can now shift our focus back to the process of producing Pagpag. We meet an elderly couple who are dedicated to preparing and selling this dish to their neighbors. The day before, they sift through garbage to collect leftover food, sorting their findings into bags for cooking the very next day. First, they pour the remnants from the bags into a large container, rinsing them with clean hot water, a critical step for sanitation. The water must be hot enough to kill off any potential germs that may linger. They rigorously cleanse the chicken, which may have been in contact with plastics or other debris found in the garbage bags, ensuring that it is thoroughly sanitized. Each rinse reveals a change in the color of the water, transforming from white to a cloudy gray. After draining the dirty water, it becomes evident that someone may have taken unwanted bites from the chicken we are now preparing. Yet, when placed into a large pot, the washed chicken is combined with a carefully crafted mixture of oil, soy sauce, Sprite, and monosodium glutamate. This blend promises to enhance the flavor, making it irresistible to hungry patrons. Monosodium glutamate, often dubbed Chinese salt, is widely known for its flavor-enhancing qualities and is frequently used in fast food hamburgers and French fries. After approximately 30 minutes of tender simmering, the dish reaches completion. The woman who prepared the pakpak deftly serves the chicken along with its savory broth in a bowl, and the aroma wafts pleasantly through the air. Interestingly, she offers fried chicken options as well, cooking certain pieces separately in a metal pan and filling plastic bags with the requested amounts, catering to the palate of those who prefer crunchier fare. This is indeed pakpak in its finest form. Soon, children and adults alike flock to purchase food from the elderly couple, as the demand for this improvised yet beloved dish continues to soar. Initially, the woman recounted how she used to sell more traditional Filipino meals, such as adobo. Over time, however, she realized that her customers gravitated towards pakpak, which allowed her to sustain operations while continuing to cook for the local community. Her story encapsulates how these innovative dishes have woven themselves into the fabric of Manila's culture. For countless families in the slums, pakpak is an affordable necessity, allowing them a familiar taste of comfort amidst their socio-economic struggles. They proudly note that despite its origins, the dish truly embodies a communal spirit, allowing for both connection and nutrition. The elderly woman emphasizes the importance of safety and preparation, stating, "Before cooking, we rinse it with hot water. This makes it safe for anyone who will be eating it." Notably, she explains that preparing pakpak has proven to be economically beneficial for her. The income earned from selling this dish assists her in paying various bills, including utilities, while sometimes allowing her to buy basic food staples like rice, vital items in her day-to-day life. She illustrates the complexities that come with collecting the ingredients, remarking, "Sometimes we start waiting as early as noon to get good finds. If we arrive late, there might be nothing left." As she surveyed the bustling atmosphere around her, she confidently affirmed, "This is pakpak. It is delicious." From her perspective, the flavors in pakpak bring to life a sense of community. "I buy pakpak because it tastes so good. The skills of the cook make it special." She explains that the dish fills her up and tastes clean, serving as a satisfying option for her family of 5 with meals costing just 50 Philippine pesos, which amounts to roughly $1. In the bustling heart of Manila, where roughly 15 million individuals reside, the spirit of resilience, community, and innovation shines through, even in the unlikeliest of meals.